Hello producers, it's Ozgun here and welcome to the channel. So Trey Pearce just released his own sample pack, his signature sounds, and yesterday he just sent me a free copy of his sample pack. And in this video I like to create a Bigroom Techno drop using his sample pack, and I'm gonna show you how to make Bigroom Techno drops like Trey Pearce. And if you're ready, let's jump to the tutorial. So guys, let's jump to the kick drums and we can start making the drop starting from the kicks. So all the kicks are pretty fat, and like some of them has the rumble tail, some of them just the single kicks. So I really like this one. But let's see, maybe I can just use the kick part of it. And maybe we can just blend some, rumble with another sample. So all of the samples, I can recall them from his release track. So this is pretty awesome to have those sounds. So I like this one. By the way, in the pack, you also have the rumbles. Yeah, but I like to just blend these two samples. Let me check the key of the rumble. So for that, you can just put the span. So it's like an E or like a D sharp, and we got a D in here. Probably this rumble is D. Yeah, it's like it has a shift, The rumbles doesn't have exact key, but you can just predict the key by just looking at the peaks, So maybe we can check the high res. So yeah, the most obvious peak was in the D note, so I'm gonna assume that this sample is D. But if I blend them like this, so the second sample got the air, like a reverb kick top of it. But the first one, it doesn't have. So if I combine them together, probably it's gonna sound a little bit weird. So, okay, let's solve this. Let's clone the rumble. I'm gonna route the kick to my root channel, the rumble to the sub channel. So for the rumble, I'm gonna just use a high cut, or I can just use frequency splitter. That also gonna work like this. I can just deactivate mid and highs. And for the duplicated channel, I can just assume this one like the top kick, So I can just this time put this frequency splitter, and this time use the mid and highs. And maybe we can get rid of the kick. And if I blend them now, so it's perfect now. We got a very smooth kick and bass sample. Also, let me quickly check the connection points of the kick and bass. I think it's okay. I'm trying to avoid the gaps. Or maybe like, in this case, they kind of phase cancelled in the place they touch. So let me separate them again. Cool. I think this is better. So you just need to find the best possible connections. I think this is good. Like kick cycle goes up, down, and I'm kind of not breaking this cycle. So this is a very small detail, but if you just be careful on it, you will have much more tighter low end. So I'm thinking to have like a drop like this long. So it's gonna have in my head like 3 times 8 bars. Also in the bass folder, yeah, this one like the percussion bass. It doesn't have a key, but it has a nice, percussive groove like a rolling bass. It can be a complementation to the low end, so I'm gonna use it as well. Maybe I can just get rid of a little bit more lows. So we are clipping. Let me lower the whole chain, maybe 2 dB. And also maybe I can just soft clip the rolling bass. Should we sidechain it? Even maybe less highs. So it's adding some more groove, you know, some more driven feeling to the whole low end. Okay, I'm enjoying it so far. Okay, now it's time to write the drop steps and the drop leads, the main idea for the drop. Yeah, I just wanted to use this one just like a step. So this is 136 and it's already in the key of D, so I don't need to pitch it. Also, let's put it somewhere in here, call it step. And let me just put a kickstart and maybe a low cut. Should I use a sample like this? Or maybe like this. I think we can just add a little bit of overdrive. And why not? Let's add some reverb as well. I think delay is not necessary. And let me just clip this with this limiter. If you put all the envelopes to the 0, it becomes a hard clipper. So it just cuts the peaks, the little peaks of it. And let me put it like this. Should we layer this sound? Let's see. Maybe with this. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna send this to same channel with the step. Okay. It's just adding like a nice top end and a texture. So I think it's usable. Okay, now we need some leads. Okay, let's go to the leads. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. So for the leads, I just like to use them inside of the sampler. So this is D. That's why I need to make it C in order to use the piano roll. Because if you just drop the sample to sampler and without fix the key of it, when you press C, it's gonna play whatever the sample key is, you know. So if you want to make the piano roll accurate in this kind of sample, you just need to put the sample to the C, then the piano roll is gonna make sense. Or you can do something like that. You don't do the pitch, but you can go here and tell FL Studio that this sample is D. So now it's gonna do the calculate for you. Then the piano roll, when you press C, it's gonna be actually C. So without this information, it's not gonna be the accurate exact key. Okay, it's time to write some drop pattern. I like to have one more sound in here, something different. Let's fit this to BPM. And then let's put it one semitone down. Cool, it sounds nice. I like to get rid of the delayed tail, reverb tail for now, or maybe we can just use it as it is. It's okay. I'm gonna put it to here. Let's call it synth shot. And also, just in case, I like to sidechain this. And also just put a low cut. Sounds nice. So the lead sound, I think we need to send it to some channel. Let's call it lead. So again, I'm gonna put a little bit overdrive. Maybe I just get rid of its tail by just doing this ADSR thing. I think I can just do like this. If you just have the hold, it's only gonna use the sample as much as the length of the MIDI, so that would be wise in this case. And also I'm gonna put a rear to boost a little bit of body. Sounds nice. Let's put the sidechain and let's put some delay reverb. I also had a tutorial about how to make this kind of patches. I'm gonna put a card so you can watch it out. So this patch has a sidechain, delay and reverb for the sound. It's just automatically set up already. Sounds nice. And also I like to put an OTT so we can just glue and compress a little bit of the sound. So I'm just giving some input gain and I'm reducing it like the same amount. So the processing matters, guys, because we are using just a one synth shot for the whole drop. We need to spend more time to process it, you know. So it sounds like this. Let's see in the context. It sounds nice. I think we can add some variations. Maybe we can add some pitch automation in the second part. I'm gonna put the pitch range to 12 and I'm gonna put it to stretch mode. Then let's create an automation for the lead. And like, I don't know, maybe just in the ending, we can push it just a little bit. Sounds nice. Even like less, maybe like 5%. I think it can work. I'm gonna use this one as well. Maybe in the second part, we can just use this one. Let's fit it to BPM also. Okay, maybe it can be like in here. So I'm gonna send this sound to here as well. We can also put some distortion, both of the synth fields, ear candies. And in here, my ear just wants some sound. Maybe we can find some, I don't know, maybe perk feel. Let's see. Just a sound like, yeah, like this. This one needs more volume. Okay, I think the foundation is very nice. So let's add some FX sounds. So this can be like the drop start. And this one can be in the second part, like a white noise. Also, let's check the fills. Yeah, let's use this one in here, like in the 8th bar. Man, this is already banging, I think. Also, let's use the fill in the ending. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what else we have. Maybe this glitch before the fill. I think we need to... So foundation is okay, but we need to work on the drums. So for the drums, let's find some hi-hats first. We can start with this open hats first. And after 8 bars, we can introduce something like this, like the rolling hi-hats. Also, this percussion could be a nice complementary sound for this rolling hi-hats. Let's layer them like this. So also in Trey Pearce tracks, we see that he's like using the Melbourne, like this offbeat bouncing vibe very often. So that's why I'm thinking to add some claps. Something like this to here, so we can instantly change the vibe to like an offbeat bouncy feeling like this. So in this part, I like to have an arpeggi, but I still need some like a one-shot synth, you know, in the background. Because if we get rid of all the leads instantly, it's gonna sound so empty. So let's find another synth shot. This one. So let's put it 300 up. And let's get rid of the tape. Maybe something like this. So for the arpeggiato, let's add a new pattern. And I like to use this sound. It's from one of the revealed recording sample packs. It's a nice, like a soft lead. So when I write this kind of arps, I like to use this formula. First, I like to write the top melody of it. So let's say this is the top melody. Now I'm just gonna fill the gaps in the beginning with the root key. Okay, that's good. Also, we can automate this mode 3 and mode 4. So maybe in the end, we can just detune it a little bit more. Don't forget the sidechain. Some distortion as usual, and like an EQ. I like it, guys. Also, let's automate this mode. So this is like a filter automation. I think this could work pretty nice in this case. So we can just filter it out. It sounds good. I'm gonna also just use this harp in the build-up. So let's make a quick build-up. Also, maybe we can make the ARP like this. And do we have some risers in the pack? Yeah, maybe this one. Let's fit it to BPM. And then let's get rid of the last part. It's gonna be fill. So for the fill, I think we can add a sub drop just in the ending of it. So this is, I think, B. If I put it 300 up, it's gonna be D in the key. Let me lower the volume. We don't need any ARP in the ending. We can have a gap in there. Also, let's put another fill like this, just before the drop. I think we got some impacts in the FX section. Yeah, just let's start the part with this low impact, the build up. Also, there was some, let me check. Yeah, we can just start with this sound. It's in the BPM. Also, we can end the track with this sound as well. Maybe like this. It reminds me of the Anima style detuned LFO. I like this kind of sound so much. I think we are almost there, guys. Like, it sounds pretty dope. Maybe we can also put some lead in the pre-drop. Currently, I think it's a little bit empty. So I'm gonna do something like this. This lead sound, I'm gonna put an endless smile, and I will just automate this like a washout to dry. So I'm not gonna tease the leads instantly. Also, we can use a filter, you know. So we can filter the leads in the pre-drop section. That's why we are not gonna tease the full power of the leads instantly. In the drop, it's gonna be impact is gonna much more powerful. Yo guys, honestly, I like this one. So as you see, we got all the signature sounds of Trey. So I'm gonna finish the video in here. If you want to check the sample pack, I'm gonna put a link to the description. I think it's on a sale now because it's just released. So if you want to grab the pack, this is a good time. So in the master, I'm just gonna put a clipper not to prevent some peaks. And other than that, I think we are good to go for the final preview of this track. So big shout out to Trey Pearce for sending this banger pack to me. I'm sure gonna use this on my future tracks. So today that was it, guys. I hope you can apply these tricks to your own productions as well. See you on the next video. Bye bye.